John Wick is love. John Wick is life. Hello, everyone. My name is Ryan Cam, here with my brief, spoiler-free thoughts on John Wick Chapter 4. This was directed by Chad Stahelski, who directed the previous 3 John Wick movies, and this is the 4th John Wick movie. After the events of Chapter 3, John Wick has healed up and is ready to take out the High Table, basically scorched earth policy. If he's going down, he's taking them with him. However, they've appointed a new head of the High Table in the form of just Marquis, played by Bill Skarsgård. He has full access to all of the High Table's resources to wipe John Wick from the face of the earth. If you have been paying attention to the channel, you will know that I have been on the road to John Wick Chapter 4. I've covered all 3 of the movies previously, and I've made it no secret that I love all of these movies. To me, this is the best action franchise that I have probably ever seen. The quality is shocking. It's shocking how good it is. And starting with such a simple story as a former hitman who left that life is forced back in because everything that he loved was taken from him, has now spawned into this. And in another context, it would feel weird, but it surprisingly doesn't. And everything just feels lean, and it's lean, mean, and just overall really smooth. Like I said, I'm putting this in the best action franchise of all time category, right up there next to Mission Impossible. However, I've been a bit concerned because how much can you do with John Wick? I mean, this premise started so simple, and how far can you go to where it becomes just a parody of itself? But nevertheless, I was excited for this movie. It was one of my most anticipated of the year. I watched this on a Friday morning because I was off from work. And I got the first showtime I could, and here I sit, almost 3 hours later. Move over Creed 3. This is my new favorite movie of the year so far. And with a couple of exceptions, I don't see that changing. This movie is epic. That's the best way I can describe it. It's 2 hours and 45 minutes of just quality. The best way that I can describe this movie is satisfying. It's satisfying because it builds upon what we know from the past 3, but also in just, and I can't spoil anything, but in just how the story plays out. When the movie was over, I took a breath, like a deep breath, like a sigh of relief. 1, because I was glad the movie was this good, but number 2, I was just glad that at this point I can safely say that there has not been a bad one of these movies in the franchise. No matter where you look, 1, 2, 3, or 4, you can't go wrong. Keanu is, of course, great. I don't think they give him a ton of lines in this, and really, that's his strength. He basically exudes a charisma, a physical charisma that you cannot teach. You either have it or you don't have it, and Keanu has it by a lot. Ian McShane and Lawrence Fishburne are not in the movie all that much, but they are great in their respective roles when they are on screen. Lance Reddick has a great couple of scenes, may he rest in peace. But really, honestly, the standout, almost as much as Keanu Reeves, is Bill Skarsgård. And I've said that the villains have gotten progressively worse in terms of just how evil they are throughout the movies. This guy is the most evil out of all of them. The best I can describe him is MJF from All Elite Wrestling. Mid! He wears the nicest clothes, but he has no moral fiber and has no qualms about taking the lowest of low roads in order to get the job done. While MJF is actually good at what he does, Bill Skarsgård is just a maggot in a well-pressed suit. Remember, people, wrestling's real, people are fake. Donnie Yen is predictably awesome as Kane, and really, there is a bond, and again, no spoilers, but there's a bond between him and John Wick that is done so well, and without going too deep into exposition, the movie does such a great job of telling you that these people have history. You just see these two sitting together, and you just say to yourself, yeah, these two have been around together quite a lot. And almost as close as Donnie Yen is in the badass department, you got Shamir Anderson as Tracker. This guy is great. I hope that he gets more work after this movie because he was awesome. And without spoiling anything, he has a lot of narrative reasons why he is going after John Wick. And he also has a dog, which actually pays off something from the first movie that is incredibly satisfying. I'm sure for some there will be some apprehension at the runtime. This movie is 2 hours and 45 minutes. With 20 minutes of trailers, you're looking about 3 hours and 10 minutes in the theater. And I can kind of understand the movie moves. So the runtime really is used in as efficient a way as possible. I know for some that'll be a turnoff while short-ass movie from SNL is playing in your head, but trust me when I say, take the time and invest the time. It is well worth it. Every action set piece belongs in the Louvre. It is beautiful. Honestly, you could take a snapshot of any of these scenes and you could your jaw would drop. This is honestly so beautiful. The cinematography is wonderful. It's full of just beautiful art galleries and shots of just Paris and Osaka, Japan. For a movie that is so action heavy, there is nothing lost in the visual department. Every action shot there's no shaky cam in sight. Everything is so steady to where you could see just John Wick or Chang, or not Chang, but Kane, or whoever's fighting in the best light possible. The action is not the appetizer, it is the entire meal, and it is a delicious meal. And like I said, the biggest compliment that I could give to this movie is just how satisfying it feels. And again, now that I've said it a bunch of times, the no spoilers, I'm going to do a spoiler-filled video talking about it, because the movie is so satisfying in that it takes stuff from 1, 2, and 3, and it brings it up and resolves it. There is not a loose thread to be had as far as I am aware. Everything just falls neatly into its right place. It's almost kind of beautiful. If you couldn't tell, my grade is absolutely an amazing grade. This is absolutely 100% my favorite movie of the year so far. I'm sorry, Creed 3, I love you too, but John Wick Chapter 4 just steamrolled to the top of my top 10. This movie is absolutely wonderful, and honestly, I can't think of anything to rag on it about. I mean, nothing at least that would be consequential to my enjoyment. This phrase is used quite a bit, but John Wick Chapter 4 is a masterclass. Future action directors should study this. But I ask all of you, what did you think of John Wick Chapter 4? Leave your thoughts in the comments. I would love to read what you have to say. And if you like this video, please be sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts down below. And if you like this video and you want to see more like it, hit the subscribe button and click the bell to allow notifications. So when a new video drops, you'll be the first to know about it. My name is Ryan Cam, and I'll see you in the next one.